Hello once again. I didn't think I'd be back quite so soon. And I've always said that this will be my last video. Well, all joking aside, this may be my last video I make. And quite possibly the last one that you might look at. Things have developed in the last 2 days, big time. Where do I start? Possibly, let's start with the referendum in the Donbass region. That has gone ahead, and it'll be finished today, and it seems to be an overwhelming decision to join Russia, and I don't blame them. The thing is with Russia, we've all been brainwashed with the rhetoric coming from America that Russia is the bad one and America is the good one. Try reversing that a little bit, and you might be in the right area. Things are getting to a situation now where they are really, really dangerous. It reminds me a bit, going back to Tony Blair's time in government, when we had, and America. Tony Blair was a puppet of America, and he took it on board that there were weapons of mass destructions in Iraq. And as we know now, there weren't. So they devastated a country for a whim and a guess. And that seems to be what's going on now. And people and Americans and people in Europe also following America as usual. I suggest you look at some history on that, but that's another thing. America and a lot of people in Europe are saying that they won't recognise the referendum in the DPR. Why is that? That's their referendum. They're entitled to do that. May I remind people about Kosovo? That was a state made up by America, and then they bombed Serbia for 77 days in 1999. People tend to forget these things. And people don't seem to want to be educated about these things. They take the mainstream media as gospel. The BBC and all the rest of them, they are telling the truth. And they're not. They're not telling you the truth. The truth is out there on the internet. Look it up. It's easy to do that. Sergei Lavrov, he's a foreign minister for Russia, made a speech a couple of days ago. Look it up. Listen to the man. He's probably the most sensible man on the planet. Whereas the United States government, or what do you call them? They're maniacs. They're absolute maniacs. They've got no reverse gear. They don't know when to back off. Now everybody, especially in America, they're saying that Putin made a threat against the West. No, he didn't. Look up the speech. You can find it online. Look up the speech he made about what he said. And I'll reiterate what I said in my last video. What he said was that if anybody attacks them in Russia, they will respond in kind, which means whatever they send, he will send back. He never threatened anybody. He was just making a statement. And these last few days, we heard rumours of an explosion in the Baltic Sea with Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 exploding. What a coincidence that is. This is another coincidence. Why? And it's obvious to me, and probably a lot of other people, that it was sabotage, and people are blaming Russia once again. Why would Russia blow up its own pipeline when it simply could turn it off in Russia? There's no logic to that at all. Who gains from this most of all? Give you a guess. Good old US of A. They're trying to destroy Germany, the powerhouse of the European Union. That's what they were. They're not anymore. They led the way, leading Europe, along with France and the rest of the people. Wow. This United States administration is the most dangerous one ever. Forget Trump. A lot of people hated Trump and called him a traitor and whatever. But compared to this lot, he was a pussycat. He really was. Ah, dear. And of course, no one knows where this is going. It's becoming a very, very, very dangerous situation indeed. And in my view, the only hope for this administration to back off has to come from the Pentagon. And the Pentagon has to tell this administration, whoa, where are you going? And also there will be people from all over the world, from South America, from China, from the Middle East, the Far East, Africa. They don't want to die, and neither does anybody else. This is all unnecessary. It's gone from saber rattling to madness. It's pure madness. Trust me on that. And another coincidence, strange coincidence, on the same day that the Nord Stream 1 and 2 were sabotaged, no, not sabotaged, that was a direct attack by, guess who? No, not Russia. I'm sorry, they wouldn't do that. They don't need to do that. NATO and America. And the coincidence is, on the same day, they opened the gas line from Norway to Poland. What a strange coincidence that would be, or is. It's unbelievable. And if you don't believe me about what Putin said in his speech, look it up. It's online. It's open to everybody to view. And so is Sergei Lavrov's speech. He is probably the best foreign minister in the world. He's calm, collected, and he's talking common sense, which a lot of these people are not. We're living in a nightmare. And like I said before, we've all been brainwashed about Russia. What a terrible place it is. Oh, they're evil, and it was Stalin. Russia isn't a communist country anymore. Just get that in your head. Oh dear. And that's about me. I wrap it up because, like I say, this could be my last video, and it could be your last one you'll ever watch. But hopefully, in the hope of all hopes, that someone maybe in the Pentagon is going to wake up and say, whoa, hang on, where are we going with this? And maybe other leaders in the world will also come forward and say, just hang on a minute. Where are we going with this? Only time will tell. And I can't tell you what's going to happen because I don't know. Neither does anybody else. It's up to the maniacs in the good old US of A. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.